What if I told you there was a way to improve your health that's completely free, totally natural, and it's literally right under your feet? Well, today we're diving into the surprising science of earthing, a concept that's so simple, yet it might just change the way you think about wellness. You know the feeling, right? That chronic pain, the inflammation that just won't quit, or the stress that feels like it's become your new normal. So many of us are dealing with this. But what if the problem isn't something we're doing wrong, but maybe something we've just stopped doing? And that's the big idea right there. For pretty much all of human history, we were in constant direct contact with the earth. Now, we're not. And according to a growing body of research, that missing link could be the exact piece of the health puzzle we've all been looking for. I mean, just think about it for a second. We wear rubber-soled shoes, which are insulators. We live in houses built up off the ground. We work in high-rise office buildings. We've basically wrapped ourselves in a bubble that cuts us off from the Earth's natural energy. So what's the solution? Well, it's beautifully simple. It's called earthing, or sometimes grounding. And it's just the simple act of reconnecting our bodies to that subtle, natural electric charge of the planet. It might sound a little strange, but the science behind it is actually pretty amazing. Okay, so here's how it works, explained super simply. Inside our bodies, we have these things called free radicals. You can think of them as the bad guys. They're like tiny little sparks that bounce around, causing damage and inflammation. Now, the Earth, our planet, has a practically endless supply of free electrons. These are the good guys. So when we make direct contact with the ground, it's like pouring cool water all over those sparks. The electrons from the Earth neutralize the free radicals and calm all that inflammation down right at the source. But hey, this isn't just some nice idea or a theory. Researchers have actually been able to see and measure these changes happening in the human body. And trust me, the visual evidence is pretty dramatic. This quote from the research really just hits the nail on the head. It frames exactly what we're about to see. The idea that nature itself gives us one of the most powerful tools to fight the pain and disease caused by inflammation. Okay, check this out. What you're looking at is medical thermal imaging. On the left, before earthing, all that red, orange, and yellow in the person's knees, that's heat. That's intense inflammation and pain. Now look at the picture on the right. After just 30 minutes of being grounded, wow, it's like night and day. All those cool blues and greens show that the inflammation has been rapidly and seriously reduced. And it goes beyond just fighting inflammation. Getting grounded has also been shown to seriously improve your circulation, and better blood flow means more oxygen and more nutrients get delivered to all your cells. That's huge for healing, for energy, and even for just looking more rested and vibrant. And this slide right here shows that perfectly. A special laser camera measured the blood flow in this person's face. On the left, you see a lot of blue, which means low circulation. But on the right, after only 20 minutes of earthing, it's lit up like a Christmas tree. All that red and yellow shows a massive, immediate improvement in blood flow to the face. All right, so these quick changes are pretty mind-blowing. But you might be wondering, what about those really stubborn, chronic issues, the ones that have resisted everything else? Well, let's look at one of the most powerful case studies out there. This is a photo of an 84-year-old woman's ankle. A simple blister turned into this painful open wound that just would not heal for 8 long months, even with specialized medical care. And you can see how pale and unhealthy the skin around it looks. That's a classic sign of poor circulation. So what was the incredible cure they tried? No new drug, no complex procedure. It was simply this: 30 minutes of earthing sessions every single day. And here is the result. After only 2 weeks, the wound was completely healed over. The cure was complete. But look even closer. The skin itself looks so much healthier, so much more vibrant. It's just a stunning example of how the body's own healing power can be accelerated when we reconnect it to the earth. And the benefits just keep stacking up. The research has documented this whole range of amazing improvements, from better sleep and way less stress, to calmer heart rhythms, less muscle pain, and even improved digestion. It really seems to affect our bodies on a deep foundational level. So the science is really compelling, right? At this point, you're probably thinking, okay, I'm in. How do I actually do this? Well, the best news of all is that it's unbelievably simple and anyone can do it. So let's get into the how-to. It really just boils down to 3 key steps. First, find a natural surface. Grass, dirt, sand, even unsealed concrete all work great. Second, you have to make direct skin contact. Your bare feet are the perfect way to do this. And third, and this one is absolutely critical, you have to be consistent. The research shows that you need at least 30 minutes every single day to really get these profound effects. The most natural and effective way to do this? Barefoot walking. Now, a quick word on safety, because we gotta be smart about this. When you're walking around barefoot, just be aware of where you're stepping. Scan the ground for any sharp objects like glass or rocks to keep your feet safe. And, just as a good general health tip, it's always a great idea to be up to date on your tetanus vaccination. So the science and the visual proof are just incredible. It really suggests that something as basic as taking off your shoes and standing on the earth for 30 minutes a day could be one of the most powerful things you ever do for your health. The only question left is, are you ready to reconnect and feel that difference for yourself? And if you do, you should join the Barefoot Walking National Movement headquarters on Neighbor Cafe. It's a great place to share your experiences and find all sorts of information. If you found this explainer helpful, please do us a huge favor and support the channel by subscribing, liking, and turning on notifications. It really helps us keep bringing you clear breakdowns of fascinating topics just like this one. Thanks so much for watching.